Okay, let's look at a quick example of thermal expansion from chapter 4. So we have this example where we have a rectangular nickel plate whose dimensions at room temperature, so at 20 degrees Celsius, is 300 millimeters by 400 millimeters by 5 millimeters. So we're going to heat up this plate to 250 degrees Celsius. The coefficient of thermal expansion, the alpha, is 13.3 times 10 to the minus 6 per degree C. And we want to figure out what the new dimensions are of this thing once it's been heated up. So we're going to go from equation 4.1. So if you look at equation 4.1, it's simply saying L2 minus L1 is equal to the coefficient of expansion, which is alpha, times L1 times T2 minus T1. Okay, the way I think about this is the change in L. This is the change in temperature, so alpha times the initial. So alpha, so your coefficient of thermal expansion times your length times the change in time. So let's first look at the 300. So we're going to say L2 is equal to, we're going to bring this L1 over to the other side. So it's going to be L1 plus alpha L1 T2 minus T1. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this. We're going to say L1 is 300 millimeters plus alpha, which is 13.3 times 10 to the minus 6, and that's per degree Celsius, times the length of 1, which is again 300 millimeters, times T2 minus T1, so 250 degrees C minus 20 degrees C. So you'll notice the degree C cancels out with these. The final answer is going to be in millimeters, which makes sense because that should be the dimensions. And it ends up being 300 millimeters plus 0.918 millimeters. So L2 is equal to 300.918 millimeters long. So it increased just shy of a millimeter. So let's look at the other one. The 400 millimeter portion is just the exact same thing. We're going to say L2 is equal to L1, which is 400, plus the same 13.3 times 10 to the minus 6 times 400 times 250 degrees C minus 20 degrees C. So this ends up being, 400 plus 1.224. So L2 is equal to 401.224 millimeters. So our 300 became 300.918 and our 400 became 401.224. So hopefully pretty straightforward.